I don't think you realize that if you are able to pick up your kids from school every day, every week, it is a sign that you have made it in life. If your job or business lets you to do that voluntarily, and not because you have to, but because you can take a break for half an hour or an hour to pick up your kids from school and then be there, be present for their school events, that's a big deal. When your kids share their school stories with you, like who they have crush on or their latest interests, hobbies, and you know their friends' names. That is a sign of success that many parents, especially fathers, overlook. Let me share with you two stories. I have a client who scheduled a meeting with me and said he was available anytime during weekdays except from the time between 1 to 2:30 p.m. because that is when he needs to pick his kids from school. And we are not talking about like little kids from kindergartens, right? These are teenagers. As a parent, you know that most of the time you can spend the most number of time with your kids before they actually turn 18. After that, when they go to college, they make friends and then they might think that you are not cool anymore. And then when they start working, they have their own co-workers or they have their own social circles. But if your adult kids still want to visit and hang out with you, that is another level or another sign of success as well. I had also another client, a father and a grandfather in his 70s who loved picking up his grandkids from school every day. Now, he used to be a pilot, flying all over the world. And he told me that his kids call him Santa Claus because he was always away, but he was always, brought back gifts from other countries for them. He provided for everything, education, anything has to do with the financial aspect of life. But his wife actually took care of the kids at home. Now, in his 70s, mid 70s right now, he regrets not being around more when, his kids are growing up. And he told me, no choice, right? And he makes up for it, I think, internally by, spending more time with his grandkids, including picking his grandkids from school. So after hearing these stories, this led me to think, right? If I do not want to look back at 75 and regret not spending more times with my kids when they still want to spend time with me, then why not I start now, right? At 75, you won't regret not making that extra millions, right? But I think people will regret not spending more time with your kids. Because money can buy everything, cannot buy health, and of course, it cannot buy back time. As a father, you want to give your kids the best, but just by handing them everything, especially money, but you don't doesn't teach them anything, you don't teach them the values, you don't spend time with them, understand them. Really, it's like you hand them everything, but really you're giving them nothing. So besides providing for them financially, I think really being involved in their lives when they are young, they are in their teenage years, especially being able to do that is really also a sign that, to a certain extent, you have made it in life. Now, if you will excuse me, I need to pick up my kids from school now.